Okay, let's dive in and figure out what is this fill, right? What's this gel inside? My name is Paige Moore. I'm an activist for women's health and empowerment, and today we're going to talk about implants and specifically options when it comes to choosing not the brand, but what kind of implant, which actual implant you should choose. When making any medical decisions when it comes to your body, it's always best to talk to your team. I'm not a medical professional, but I do think it's important for us to talk about options and for us to know that we have options. So when we're talking about implants, I like to think of them kind of like apples, right? So every single person has a different preference when it comes to apples, and there's not necessarily a right or wrong here. It just happens to be a preference. So there's red apples, there's green apples, there's Fuji apples, Honeycrisp apples. I personally love Honeycrisp. They're my favorite for a multitude of reasons, but I only know that because I've tried the others. I've done my research on them, and I've come to the conclusion that they're my favorite. So implants are kind of like apples in that it's important to do your research to figure out why you like a certain brand, why you like a certain type of implant, and what you're looking for when it comes to that implant. Today, I'm going to help you navigate all of those different questions and figure out which implant is right for you. You deserve to know all the different options out there, and I'm here to show them to you. I want to give a special thanks to Mentor for helping me put together this video today. Without them, this would not have been possible, so thank you for all of this helpful information. I am so excited to share this with you and with the community today. Thank you. All right, so let's start off with the science of breast implants. A silicone breast implant is made up of 3 different components: the shell, the gel, and the fill. And these 3 components all contribute to the overall look and feel of the implant. For example, Mentor's created some incredible benchtop testing that's designed to replicate the conditions that occur once the implants are placed inside of our bodies, such as lateral and vertical compression testing to give you confidence in your choice of implants. So what this means is their testing empowers people like you and me to do things like this: go snowboarding, surfing, exercising, pretty much everything that you could do before your surgery. One of the things that really set me back from healing emotionally was being afraid of my body. It wasn't until I realized that our implants are durable. They go through so much testing to ensure that we can do almost anything that we could do before our surgeries, that they're meant to withstand the impacts of everyday life, that I felt like I could truly heal because I felt like me again in my own body. Which brings me to manufacturing. Something that I love about Mentor is that all of the implants that are sold in the US are made here in the US and are FDA approved. It is so important when you're looking for implants that they're FDA approved. Make sure to ask your surgeons about this. For example, when it comes to their smooth implants, Mentor uses a robotic technology at their Texas-based manufacturing facility. How cool is this? This technology optimizes shell-to-shell uniformity, meaning that their process of making implant shells is really consistent so you get an exceptional shell every single time. Each Mentor product undergoes a stringent inspection and rigorous testing to ensure quality and performance. They carefully monitor their implants throughout clinical studies, registries, and post-market surveillance studies. They're constantly evaluating the materials they use in the implants and make sure that they're updating their manufacturing based on the latest research and feedback. So basically, everything they do is with us, the patient, in mind, which I love. So Mentor has 2 different types of breast implants: silicone gel and saline implants. The silicone implants that are most commonly used are the round gel implants known as their memory gel, like these ones I'm holding right here. They also have Siltex micro-textured surface implants and shaped gel implants, which look like these ones. See how that's shaped? And you can tell that it has kind of this micro-texture to it. The saline implants that they offer are either the Spectrum post-operative adjustable saline implant, try saying that 3 times fast, or the Mentor saline implant. For the round silicone implants, Mentor has 2 different options: the Memory Gel and the Memory Gel Extra. And you can tell that the Memory Gel Extra is a lot firmer, fuller, and has a bigger projection. See when you put them next to each other? I personally really like the Memory Gel Extra. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. It feels really real, like kind of like you're feeling like a real boob, you know? So I really like that. And I'm probably going to be going with something like this for my personal revision surgery, which I'm really excited about. I highly recommend, if you can, when you go into your plastic surgeon's office, ask if you can look and feel the implants. It makes it It makes a really big difference. And oftentimes they don't offer this to you. So if you can ask, like, I don't see why they would say no. So ask if you can look and feel, and I think it helps kind of bridge that gap because this is such a foreign experience. It's a foreign object going in your body. So if you can really feel it and touch it and look at it and kind of create a bond with it before you go through this, I really do find that to be so helpful. But anyways, okay, let's dive in and figure out what is this fill, right? What's this gel inside? So interesting fact, most breasties want a squishy, soft implant, right? Which makes sense because you want it to replicate what your OBs, your original boobs or original breasts look like. And so I didn't know this, but fun fact, it actually makes it much more difficult for our surgeons, the softer an implant is, to keep that shape of an implant once it's in your body. And so you have to find a happy medium, right? Where the implant's not too soft, not too hard. It's kind of like a Goldilocks thing. And so these are such a great option for surgeons. And that's why Mentor created them, because it's that happy medium to make the surgeon happy, to make their job easier, but then also to keep patients like us happy too. Mentor's done extensive research, and according to their team, compared to another brand of implants, their shells are shown to be 35% thinner and 30% stronger. So why does this matter? The combination of thickness and strength is important when it comes to ensuring the implants feel as real as possible. Memory gel implants are pre-filled with a gummy gel, which holds together really nicely. The silicone gel acts more like a solid than a liquid, which helps keep the shape and helps create a more natural look and feel. Like I said before, this really helps a lot when it comes to desired shape and leads to less rippling. All right, so next up is feel. Let's talk about how these implants feel. Like I said before, a lot of times our surgeons don't offer us the opportunity to look or touch an actual implant before it's put in our body. And I just feel like that's a missed opportunity. So if your surgeon doesn't offer, that's okay. Ask them. Say, hey, I'd really, really appreciate it if I could look and touch an implant beforehand. I doubt that they're going to say no. And if they do, maybe it's time to ask for a medical second opinion. Anyway, feeling the implant has made me so much more comfortable. And I love that Mentor focuses on a dynamic fill ratio to deliver varying degrees of firmness and projection, because it really depends on what you want. What kind of projection do you want? What are you looking for in terms of how your implant sits on your body, how it looks, how it feels? These are important conversations to have. So when we're talking about the profile of an implant, we're talking about the way the implant's measured. Now, keep in mind, I am terrible at math and science, so when we're talking about measuring things, like, I'm really not going to be able to keep up here, but I'm going to try my best to explain this to you. So it's essentially the relationship between the base, the width, and the projection. Are you with me here? When thinking about implants, it's helpful to think about them based on their dimensions. Base width. This is determined by your body type and your build. Projection. How far the implant extends out from your chest. Volume, measured by the cc's, aka cubic centimeters. The relationship between projection and base width is best known as our implant profile. Your surgeon will determine the best base width for your implant based on your body and the flexibility and options on varying dimensions of your projection and volume that determine which implant will best suit your desired aesthetic outcome. Typically, your surgeon will determine the base of your implant based on your body and the flexibility and options or varying dimensions of projections and volume that determine which implant will best suit your desired aesthetic outcome. So it's so important to have this conversation with your surgeon and really be upfront and honest with what you're looking for. For example, Memory Gel has 4 different profiles, each that have the same benefit. Memory Gel Extra has 2 profiles, so total profiles across 2 implant types. The profiles of the implants differ based off of their dimensions, height, width, and projection. So Memory Gel Extra High Profile has more projection than Memory Gel Mod Plus, but that's because it has more projection per smaller base width, not because it's a different type of implant. Are you still with me? I know this is a lot to take in, but essentially the profile is going to help you pick the size implant that's right for you and help you get the aesthetic outcome that you're looking for. The factors that influence which profile of implant you're going to get are based off of the volume of tissue removed during your mastectomy and or your tumor location, the incision location, your personal body dimensions, and your desired aesthetic outcome. It's not as simple as choose this if or a one implant fits all kind of thing. That's why oftentimes our surgeons order a bunch of different options and end up choosing the day of or during our actual surgeries. I went in thinking that I was only going to get 490 cc's, and it turns out that I ended up with 520 cc's because my plastic surgeon made the executive decision that that is what was going to be best for me and my body. I told them that I was okay with this, and I actually am so happy with the size. Another fun fact for you that's kind of freaky. Did you know that when you're in your surgery, your surgeon actually sits you up? So you're laying down on the table and they're doing the surgery on you, and then they'll sit you up once the implants are in to see how they look. which kind of makes sense because you wouldn't want to like wake up and have them, you know, in a different location or something. But I had no idea this was a thing, and I just learned this out. And it just really shows that we're in the best hands, that our surgeons are doing this for us. They care about us so much, and they really want us to have the best possible outcomes that we can have. Another major factor is the thickness of skin flaps remaining after a mastectomy or a reconstruction surgery. There's going to be times that memory gel extra is going to be better for you. For example, if you have a thinner pre-pec flap, because it's firmer, it's going to be able to better maintain projection, and it's also going to be able to help reduce rippling. So the gel inside is meant to look and feel like real breast tissue, and the innovative shell on the outside is meant to stay as sturdy as possible, so that way it helps prevent as much rippling as possible too. It's such a smart design. I'm so obsessed with it. I mean, the science of breast implants is mind-blowing. I have learned so much, and I'm hoping that you learned some today too from this video. Memory gel are pre-filled with gummy gel, and they're smooth, round implants. The memory shape are contoured teardrop shape implants, which provide more projection and a more natural contour shape. These are made with a Siltex micro texture, which is Mentor's very own texturing process that is created through imprints. You can watch my implant brand comparison video to learn more about micro versus macro texturing in the imprinting process. Even though I really like the shape of teardrop implants, I personally stay away from any and all textured implants. If you want to learn more about this, please feel free to send me a message, but that's why I'm most likely going to stick with a memory gel extra round silicone implant for my personal revision surgery. I know this was probably a lot of information and you may be feeling overwhelmed. So if you have any questions, please know you can always reach out to me, send me a message. I'm here to help. You are not alone. You do not have to go through this alone. I love you so much. We are truly in this together. I am so happy for you. You are making one of the hardest but best decisions of your life, and I'm here for you all the way. Thank you again to Mentor for helping me make this video. Thank you for providing me with so much helpful information. I really wish that I had information like this when I was making these decisions initially for my preventative mastectomy a couple years ago. I felt so alone, so afraid, and so confused. None of this information was out there. So thank you so much for trusting me to help share your information about your implants. It truly means so much to me and to the community. And I know that we're all so grateful for you. See you guys next time. I'm so happy for you.